What's up everyone and welcome back to the MMA Zone. Today, let's get started with Israel Adesanya versus Sean Strickland reactions. With UFC 293 wrapping up, what are your thoughts on the card? Now, let's get into some reactions from the main event. Tyson Pedro versus Anton Turkalj. Here's what the community had to say. Ariel Helwani said, "Tremendous KO by Pedro, tremendous celebration. That had to feel good, especially after all the pleasure talk this week." Demetrius Mighty Mouse Johnson said, "He's a samurai." Paul Felder said this, "That's what we needed. Hashtag UFC 293. Movsar Evloev said, "Pedro with a knockout victory. What a performance."
The ref pulled me off quicker than I thought the pleasureman would, but I've been thinking about him all night and went in deep for this one, and he just rubbed me the wrong way, left a bad taste in my mouth.
So he made the comment at the press conference about the wife.
I'm glad you remembered, because everyone was asking, why'd you say about the wife? But
everyone seems to think he was talking about my wife.
Oh, okay.
Not yours.
Well, then I made that up in my head, and he paid for it.
But I thought he was talking about yours.
All right, well, we're on the same page.
Yes, there you go.
Because I thought he mentioned my wife, and I said, "Fuck you, you dog! I'm gonna hurt you." That's why I was angry that the ref pulled me off. Because, the ref pulled me off earlier than I wanted to, because I wanted to hurt him a bit more. And I don't know, maybe he just made a mistake and he was talking about your wife, but for the last 2 days, all I've been thinking about was hurting him for talking about my wife. So I feel bad for him if he was talking about your wife.
Shout out to our first comments on yesterday's video. Thanks for the support. Justin Tafa versus Austen Lane. Justin Tafa destroyed Austen Lane with a big overhand left 1 minute and 22 seconds into the first round. The ground and pound was insane. Here's some reactions to the fight. Chris Curtis said, "He did." Ben Askren said, "Tafa and Pedro knocked the shit out of those guys and the crowd went nuts." And he followed it up with, "I love how when they go to Australia, they just set it up to be a bloodbath for the local guys. Tremendous." Megan Anderson reacted by saying, "Justin Tafa, god damn." Alan Juban said, "Not getting up from that one."
Oh, Tafa just clipped him.
Yeah, you're not gonna...
Oh, he's out. He's out.
That's bad.
That's it. That's it.
Wow.
Holy
shit.
Look at that.
These fucking New Zealanders, Aussies are fucking crushing tonight.
How nice must that be for Tafa, though, after that first fight?
Oh, my God.
And then the eye poke.
And then another eye poke.
That's awful.
Justin Tafa, let's go.
Jesus.
Manel Kape versus Felipe dos Santos. Manel Kape defeated Felipe dos Santos by decision after a banger of a fight. These guys are so quick and landed 112 significant strikes for Manel and 99 significant strikes for Felipe. Here's what the community had to say about the fight. Jamal Hill said, "Incredible fight." Chris Curtis had this to say, "Fight of the night, insane fight." Kelvin Gastelum said, "Give these guys the fight of the night bonus. Crazy skill and heart. What a scrap." Brad Tavares said, "Fight of the night. Congrats brother Manel Kape, an amazing performance by Dos Santos." Ben Askren had this to say, "Damn, that was a fun fight. Dos Santos got beat tonight, but he has a bright future. Kape is fire." Ariel Helwani said, "Gotta do Manel and Kai Kara France next. Must." Brandon Royval said, "That was a fun fight. Love it when flyweights deliver." Tai Tuivasa versus Alexander Volkov. Alexander Volkov defeated Tai Tuivasa by Ezekiel choke 4 minutes and 37 seconds into round 2. Here are some reactions to the fight. Aljamain Sterling said, "Ezekiel choke. You don't see those very often." Misha Tate had this to say, "How do you prepare for 6'7" anyways though?" Michael Bisping said, "Tuivasa showed a lot of heart, but Volkov was on fire here tonight." Ben Askren said, "No shoey." Julian Marquez said, "We're about to lose our mic privileges after tonight." Israel Adesanya versus Sean Strickland. Sean Strickland beat all odds and defeated Israel Adesanya by decision. Justin Gaethje said, "Sean won. No doubt. Fucking wild." Aljamain Sterling had this to say, "If Strickland loses this decision, then fighting makes no sense to me anymore. 3-2 at the worst." Jan Blachowicz said, "If something looks stupid but works, it's not stupid, I guess." Derek Brunson said, "Wow, game. Strickland won it. When opportunity meets preparation." Tim Welch said, "Strickland could have done 5 more rounds. Fucking wild." Ariel Helwani said, "Fight goes the distance. Sean Strickland is about to win the middleweight title. Stunning. He fought beautifully."
Goodness. Oh, my goodness. This is wild. This is wild.
Sean Strickland won this fight.
Nothing. Look at this.
Insane.
And also so smart with those front kicks to the body. And the distance management from all that fucking sparring is so excellent. He won.
100%
100% he won.
4-1, maybe 5-0.
I think it's 5-0.
I think 5-0.
I think 5-0. I think that's the new middleweight champion of the world. That is fucking crazy. There's one round where Izzy might have won. Might have, but I don't think he did. All those significant strikes, that's all nonsense. You're looking at leg kicks that get checked. You can't count those as significant strikes.
That was amazing.
So what do you do next? Say Strickland wins this. What do you do? Hamzat still?
No, it's a rematch, automatic rematch, right? You got to have a rematch. Izzy's
the rematch is in 100% the big money, and that's what would be smart to do.
Agree.
Conor McGregor reacted to Laura Sanko's UFC pay-per-view commentary debut. Here's what he had to say. Sanko is incredible. Spins the chin, but nothing doing. Love it. Incredibly refreshing addition. Hats off to the whole UFC crew. Stellar this evening is. Bravo. Only getting better. What a machine. Charlie Radke apologized for the event for using a homophobic slur in his post-fight interview earlier tonight. Here's what he had to say. I'd like to sincerely apologize to UFC fans across the world and to the fans here in Sydney for the remarks I made post-fight today. Those comments are not a reflection of who I am, and they don't belong on a platform as great as what the UFC has provided me. My emotions were running high. It's hard to explain the way your mind works when you're locked in a cage to fight another man with your entire livelihood and dreams on the line. I plan to learn from my mistakes, from both during and after the fight, and I'm hoping that I can get an opportunity to correct them in the future. Chuck Buffalo loves everybody. Top comments. SDazzle2460 said, if they didn't give Jose a rematch, who was a much-loved champion against Conor, there's no way that Aljo, who is very disliked, will ever get a rematch. Mikey87 said, Izzy giving tons of free advertising for Monster with his antics. GSM8813 said, who else is rooting for Strickland? And another fan replied, 100%, I made a sacrifice to the MMA gods in Strickland's name. Even Brendan Schaub would smash Tyson Fury if they ever stepped inside the cage. So thinking that he has anything remotely resembling a chance against John or Francis is just crazy and delusional. If you want to be featured on our next video, make sure to leave a comment and don't forget to check out yesterday's video in case you missed it.